Right now at 5, Tim Walz is expected to make another campaign stop in Eau Claire.
And high school students get hands-on with heavy machinery.
We're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
A 13-year-old is dead after a farming accident last week. In a release, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office says the child died after being submerged by a crop. Emergency responders arrived at the residence in the town of Manchester around 6 p.m. October 2nd, where they were able to remove the child from the crop for medical treatment. The 13-year-old was later pronounced dead.
Well, the big story tonight is the potential for northern lights. Right now, storming is going on. It's actually at severe to extreme levels, but of course the sun is still out. So we'll see if this continues. It should overnight. It's just a matter of how strong it'll be, but definitely right now, the way it's shaping up, it should be a really great evening. We do have some high clouds moving in, but it won't be until later. So overall, I think we should be good. For Eau Claire, those high clouds will be approaching from 9 to 10. Just some high clouds, should still be able to see it through there. Very mild, only 60 degrees at 10 p.m. It's going to be a much more mild night for both locations. 60 also at 10 p.m. for La Crosse, too. It's a light southeast south wind. Overall temperatures got into the mid to upper 70s in most locations. Bigger picture shows the system that we're tracking for the weekend and beyond. A piece of it is now into the Dakotas. That'll be more for tomorrow. Otherwise, one more day of above average temperatures. If you like the 70s near 80, we got that. But then we're going to have some bigger changes coming in for the weekend. We're going to come back to reality. But on the flip side, we might come back up later next week, too. So a little bit of both. But
lots
really,
of surprises.
Yeah, exactly. But really, the northern lights tonight could be a fantastic viewing if everything shapes up right.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
Governor Tim Walz is scheduled to make a campaign stop in Wisconsin on Monday. The upcoming visit will be his 5th to the state since becoming Vice President Harris's running mate. Walz will be making 2 stops, one in Eau Claire and the other in Green Bay. He's expected to arrive at Chippewa Valley Regional Airport in Eau Claire at 5 p.m. There's no information yet on when he's expected to arrive in Green Bay.
The Republican candidate for Wisconsin's 94th Assembly District says he wants to put western Wisconsin back on the map. Ryan Hipsch is running against Steve Doyle for the district, which now covers northern La Crosse County and parts of Trempealeau County. Today, Republican Congressman Brian Stile joined Hipsch in front of Onalaska's Sonny the Sunfish. Stile says Wisconsin needs Hipsch in Madison to lower costs and bring common sense to state government. Hipsch says he's knocked on thousands of doors and keeps hearing that district voters don't want to be considered an afterthought to communities in Madison and Milwaukee. Doyle and Hipsch squared off in 2022 for this same seat. Doyle won by about 800 votes.
Xcel Energy crews are staging in Florida, ready to respond to power outages caused by Hurricane Milton. The crews recently assisted in power restoration efforts in Georgia following the destruction of Hurricane Helene. Crews from Eau Claire, Menominee, Rice Lake, La Crosse, and Sparta are among workers awaiting assignment in the Tampa area. Xcel Energy says they understand how important it is to help the 600,000 Tampa Electric Company customers left without power.
We all have experienced the outage here and there. It may be a half hour, and how inconvenient that can be, but on a scale of this, where it's days, weeks, we need the resources to do so.
Last week, the crews sent to Georgia restored power to roughly 2,000 customers, repairing 5 miles of power lines that were destroyed by Hurricane Helene.
Well, flu season is upon us, and Monroe County Health Department is helping the community with vaccinations. They put on a flu vaccine clinic for people of all ages in Sparta today. The CDC recommends everyone aged 6 months and older to get a flu shot annually to prevent illness. The public health manager says it's especially important if you plan on gathering in large groups.
It's really important to get it, especially before any sort of big gathering, certainly before events like Thanksgiving, Christmas, because you can be exposed to usually a large amount of people during those times.
Now, the Monroe County Health Department will be holding flu clinics throughout October and next month. We'll have a link on our website if you'd like to make an appointment.
A $2 million grant is bringing a piece of crucial equipment to Vernon Memorial Healthcare. The organization receiving an in-house MRI machine through Wisconsin's non-state grant program, which is awarding $50 million for 50 projects statewide. Right now, Vernon Memorial can only rent an outdoor MRI truck, and it's only available 2 days a week. Officials say this new machine will allow VMH to offer critical services more often and reduce wait times.
Earlier this year, the La Crosse School District announced it will sell the old Lincoln Middle School building to a housing developer.
And as News 8 Now's Allison Fergut explains in studio, we now have a better understanding of what that building could be. Allison.
Ken and Emily, Lincoln Middle could soon become affordable rental units and county office space. In the last decade, rent in La Crosse has increased 42%, but the development is hoping to provide relief with the project including around 50 units of affordable housing. The developers are also partnering with La Crosse County to support residents. The project will house neighborhood offices for the La Crosse Area Family Collaborative and Youth System of Care. LAFC's director says the building's central location makes their services more accessible.
Setting up shop where families are residing and having spaces that are welcoming and comfortable is really kind of what we strive to do.
There's still a long ways to go for the project. City leaders say the developers are in the process of applying for tax credits. They add that many affordable housing projects rely on those credits in order to keep rent reasonable. Once financing is sorted out, the City Council will have to approve the proposal. So because of the financing piece, the city believes the earliest the development would be finished is by 2027. So still a few years away, but they are very excited about this project. Ken and Emily.
All right, Allison, thanks very much.
Area high school students are putting their heavy machinery skills to the test. Today, marine construction firm J.F. Brennan and local operating engineer unions hosted a hands-on event for the Operating Engineers Pathways program. Operating engineers allow students to experience working with heavy equipment before they graduate high school. Organizers say this kind of event helps students prepare for the workforce.
You see the production of kids actually entering the workforce into something that they love, and we gave them that step in the right direction to either A, get them interested, or B, give them the training that they needed to continue on.
Students participated in various challenges, including picking up a basketball with an excavator and driving forklifts through cones.
That sounds like a fun day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the Viterbo University tradition is back today. The university kicking off its 6th annual Day of Giving over in the Reinhardt building. The event's goal, to raise money that will help provide students with scholarships and funds for special projects.
We're out there, we're out in the community as much as we can, so showing your support to Viterbo is just kind of a good way of saying, hey, you know, we recognize that you're important to the community and we want to give back.
Last year, that event raised more than $320,000.
A bakery in Winona is getting some well-deserved recognition.
Why it's a century in the making after this.
For over 6 decades, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has made wishes come true. The magic begins again this Saturday at 7 a.m. with incredible doorbuster deals and more. Like Hot Wheels die-cast vehicles, buy 3, get 2 free. Barbie Panda Rescue sets, only $19.99. $10 off these John Deere play sets. Plus, Saturday only, be one of the first 100 people in store to get a free Blaine's toy pickup truck. Don't miss Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland opening weekend. The magic begins this Saturday at 7 a.m.
I worked as a truck driver for 36 years.
And then one day I got this letter.
Your retirement will be cut.
Will be cut in half.
You don't forget something like that.
Every paycheck we put money away. But because of Wall Street greed, boom, it was gone.
But Tammy Baldwin saw what they were doing and wrote a bill to save our retirement.
Then she fought like hell to pass it.
What Tammy Baldwin did for our families, you don't forget something like that.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More mattresses. Did you know you spend a third of your life sleeping? So you better have the best mattress you possibly can. And we have those here at King Furniture with a huge selection to choose from in every price range. Lay down and relax. Take the time to find the exact mattress you want because you're going to be sleeping on this for a while.
King Furniture.
Nice people, nice furniture.
Arthritis, high blood pressure, breast cancer. Almost everyone has a pre-existing condition and could lose health insurance if Derek Van Orden and Washington Insiders get their way. They take money from big insurance companies, then try to strip coverage for pre-existing conditions. Van Orden and Washington Insiders don't care about you, so if you get sick, you get dropped. Time to drop Derek Van Orden and these Washington Insiders from Congress.
I'm Rebecca Cook, and I approve this message.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step, from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Donuts, cookies, and now Retailer of the Year.
Yeah, Blado Bakery is one of Winona's most treasured establishments, and today it's being honored with a prestigious award by the Minnesota Retailers Association. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall has this story.
So, okay. These, yeah. Yep. I got the two of these.
In the heart of Winona sits a century-old bakery that's been serving fresh baked treats for 100 years.
And do you need a receipt on this?
Customers like Jean Nelson have been coming here since she was a little girl.
They're the best donuts ever.
You're ready.
It's Blado's.
Former owner Ernest Blado founded the bakery in 1924 and opened it on the corner of East 7th Street and Hamilton. In the 1930s, it moved to its current home off Broadway Street. 3 generations of the family have owned Blado until 2005, when Hugh and Mary Polis bought the place. Recently, the bakery was named Retailer of the Year, an award given by the Minnesota Retailers Association that recognizes a retailer for their outstanding performance and leadership. Office manager Karen Sorum says they couldn't have done it without their customers.
They are so loyal, and over the years they have been just so faithful. Even the ones that have grown up here, grew up on Blado's Donuts, they move away. Every time they come back, they come in to visit, they get boxes of donuts.
Sorum says an estimated 200 to 300 customers stop by on a regular day, including Nancy Mann.
My favorite is probably the Long John. Plus, I love the frosted sugar cookies.
Each day, the bakery makes 225 to 300 dozen donuts and 150 dozen cookies with the original recipe, something they hope to continue doing for another century.
The bakery is already thinking about the next 100 years. Sorum says they don't plan to change the recipes, but they hope to win more awards. Reporting in Winona, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
And might I add, they were quite delicious. We got a little taste of them this afternoon.
Very nice.
Thank you, Jeremy. And Blado Bakery is open 5 days a week. It's open Tuesday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Well, we have more news ahead.
But first,
we got a big cool down coming towards the end of the week, and unfortunately our warm days are going to come to an end. I'll break down what the temperatures look like going into the weekend, and if we got any precipitation in the forecast. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
Today at Wesco in Sparta, it's interest-free. Free! 24 months interest-free, 36 months interest-free, even 48 months interest-free on everything from beautiful furniture for every room and premium mattresses to flooring and brand-name appliances. Choose the home furnishings you want. Then Wesco lets you buy interest-free to suit your needs. 24 months interest-free, 36 months interest-free, or even 48 months interest-free. It's an interest-free for all today at Wesco in Sparta.
He murdered a father of 3, sentenced to life in prison. Kamala Harris pushed to use tax dollars to pay for his sex change.
I made sure that they changed the policy so that every transgender inmate would have access.
It sounds insane because it is insane. Kamala was the first to help pay for a prisoner's sex change.
The power that I had, I used it in a way that was about pushing for the movement, frankly, and the agenda.
Kamala's agenda is they, them, not you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Here in Wisconsin, my patients trust me with their personal medical decisions and never ask, what does my congressman think? That doesn't stop Derek Van Orden. Van Orden calls himself 100% pro-life, compared abortion to genocide. And Van Orden said he opposed abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest. Your personal medical decisions belong to you, not him. And Derek Van Orden doesn't belong in Congress.
HMP is responsible for the content of this advertising.
The liberal elite in Washington are running one of their own here in Wisconsin. A political insider who worked to elect liberals in California even supported a dark money group focused on defunding the police. Her name, Rebecca Cook, political operative bankrolled by the liberal elite. They handpicked her to help win back the House, trusted to elect liberal heroes like Mandela Barnes. They trust her because Rebecca Cook is one of them.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Get an 11% rebate on your next painting project at Menards. Dutch Boys Forever Interior Paint and Primer offers powerhouse protection with its stain-blocking, odor-reducing technology. A gallon starts at $29.98 after rebate. Give your space the Platinum treatment with Platinum Plus Interior Paint. Its Stain Shield technology protects your spaces with a performance you'd expect from a luxury paint at a price you wouldn't. Get a gallon starting at $37.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Well, the first big thing besides the northern lights tonight is going to be the milder start to Friday. More in the areas will be in the 50s, so that'll be the bigger thing. We'll have warm conditions continue for Friday, but more cloud cover. There is a front that's going to slide south, but we still should be able to get up in the 70s near 80, given that we're going to be starting off in the mid to upper 50s. Now, cooler on Saturday, more towards where we should be. But then the bigger cool down comes Sunday. We could see a few showers Saturday or Saturday night, mainly up to northern areas. We're talking northeast Wisconsin potentially. And then the big cool down happens Sunday. As I mentioned here, there's your stormy levels. We're expecting it to be severe, potentially. Around 9 to 10 is when really gets complete darkness around here. Now, we should keep some of the cloud cover away, and we'll have to see how long the storming contains at this level. But if we see 7 or 8 at that level, you should be able to see the northern lights with your naked eye. You won't have to have a filter on a camera. But it does wane overnight potentially, and it could continue too. It's a pretty impressive storming that's going on right now. Keep this in mind. That's where we should be for average temperatures, low to mid 60s. We should be more in the upper 30s to low 40s. We're eventually going to see that, but not for Friday. Friday, as I mentioned, more clouds. You wake up, there's your 50s out there instead of the 40s and 30s. You'll have that south-southwest wind continuing. Here comes a front, so we'll have clouds in the morning, probably more clearing in the afternoon for a clear north. But this change in wind direction is going to keep the temps from climbing too much, even though plenty of sunshine in the afternoon. Further south, we'll see more clouds, but the winds won't change more until the late afternoon. So those temperatures will be a little bit warmer. Eventually, it's towards the evening. A little breezy, 10 to 15 miles per hour for maybe Friday evening, but all in all, still a pretty decent area for the high school football games that'll be going on once again. Now, temperatures tomorrow, as we look at high temperatures, potentially some 80s, especially further south you go where that wind change doesn't happen to the afternoon. More maybe in the low to mid 70s up to the north, which is still above average, but not at as much as we saw maybe today. As we go into Saturday, into Sunday, there's a front that slides south. Saturday, we have another system up to the north. You can see the spin up there. That'll dive south for Saturday into Saturday evening. Could provide a little bit of shower chance up to the north. More clouds to the south. You see the wind direction change. We'll get a little bit breezy going into Saturday night into Sunday. But that's the system that's going to provide our much cooler conditions going into the time period. So here's Saturday's highs. These are not far from where we should be. We're looking at upper 50s to the low 60s. Should have some sun out there, some clouds, shower chance, maybe up towards Ladysmith area. Now Sunday, big difference there. Now we're back into the mid to upper 50s, barely getting 50s up to the north. That's where you can see some showers, cloud cover. This doesn't also include the wind out of the north, which will be breezy. So it's going to feel definitely a different type of condition going into Sunday compared to Saturday. And those cooler conditions continue Monday and Tuesday, with many overnight lows getting back into the 20s. So the growing season pretty much will be done for all areas by the time we get to next Tuesday. But, and there's always a but, we're going to be warming back up to the 70s by the end of next week. So we're gonna have a cool down, which is more typical. We should see in October to have some swing, but unfortunately most of the forecast remains dry. But you will feel more like fall come Sunday.
And the leaves will still be changing.
They're still changing up to the north. They're probably peaking. We still probably got another week and a half till peak.
Okay,
it's
all right,
coming.
good.
It's coming.
Thank you, Greg. The Nobel Prize in Literature.
How the winner is making history when we come back.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now This Morning, it's Foodie Friday, and Pizza Ranch joins us in studio. We'll dish out their famous buffet, fun arcade, and job openings when we see you at 6 a.m.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Taco John's new 2 for $5 Fiesta Chicken Tacos are here to Fiesta. Grilled all white meat chicken is here to Fiesta. And creamy Fiesta sauce is obviously here to Fiesta. That's kind of its thing. New 2 for $5 Fiesta Chicken Tacos at Taco John's.
Fentanyl is one of the most lethal drugs on the market. This much can kill thousands. These deadly drugs are pouring across our border. But Biden, Harris, and Democrats have done nothing to stop it. Tammy Baldwin claims she's trying, but she's failed. She took credit for an anti-fentanyl bill she didn't write and opposed efforts to secure the border. Senator Baldwin and Democrats have done nothing, and our communities are paying the price.
I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message.
I'm Stacy Klein. As a volleyball mom, I remember looking forward to our week for team snacks. But now even the generic brands are expensive. And while career politicians are busy pointing fingers and bickering, Wisconsin families are still suffering. That's why I'm running for state senate, to lower the cost of living, cut taxes, and get Madison back to working as a team again. Because Western Wisconsin families are tired of settling for generic brands and generic politicians.
Career politician Tammy Baldwin doesn't share our Wisconsin values. Baldwin's life partner is a Wall Street executive who has invested in industries that Tammy oversees in Washington. But Senator Baldwin refuses to disclose her partner's financial assets. That's a conflict of interest. They're getting richer while you're paying more. Tammy Baldwin's not on your side. She's in bed with Wall Street.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. Join the team and give today.
Join us for the Fall Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best local gift and craft vendors on October 12th and 13th. Parking and entry is free, but we're accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Fall Gift and Craft Show.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The 2024 Nobel Prize in Literature has been awarded to Han Kang.
The Academy is honoring what it describes as her intense poetic prose that confronts historical traumas and exposes the fragility of human life. Han is the first South Korean author to win the Literature Prize, and she's just the 18th woman out of the 117 prizes awarded since 1901.
The prize was announced in Sweden today. It carries a cash award of $1 million. The award ceremony takes place in Stockholm on December 10th. So congrats to Miss Han Kang.
Yeah. Fun fact, I've been outside the Nobel Peace Prize building in Stockholm.
Oh, really?
I didn't go in, though. You have to go in with the right people.
Oh, you got to know. You got to know those intense prose people.
Yeah, exactly. People who would appreciate that type of award. But yeah, no, congrats to her. It's breaking barriers.
Big time achievement.
Yep. Okay, we'll have another look at tonight's forecast after the break.
Stock up this month with the Holman Locker and Meat Market's 10-pound sale. Save on pork loin roast, ground beef, chicken breast, and chuck roast. Please call to order. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
As president, I will be laser focused on creating opportunities for the middle class that advance their economic security, stability, and dignity.
Harris will lower the cost of living and cut taxes for middle-class families.
Because I strongly believe when the middle class is strong, America is strong.
Kamala Harris for president. The United Associations Union Plumbers and Pipe Fitters vote pack is responsible for the content of this ad.
Welcome to the most honest commercial you've ever seen. Not the cleanest, just the most honest. Today, we're fixing a home's foundation. I mean, that is like the most common thing to see in the world.
Pretty common, yeah.
Right.
So it's the soil that's eroding away, causing those cavities, those voids that the foundation then wants to settle into.
And then you guys with your superhero capes show up and fix everything.
Yes, sir.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority.
a Groundworks company.
For over 6 decades, Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland has made wishes come true. The magic begins again this Saturday at 7 a.m. with incredible doorbuster deals and more, like half-off select Lego play sets, just $4.99. Melissa and Doug boxed puzzles or rainbow cake sets, also half price. Plus, Saturday only, be one of the first 100 people in store to get a free scratch-off for $10 to $100 off your entire purchase. Don't miss Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland opening weekend. The magic begins this Saturday at 7 a.m.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere.
Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado. Visit HometownChevy.com.
Career politician Tammy Baldwin doesn't share our Wisconsin values. Baldwin's life partner is a Wall Street executive who has invested in industries that Tammy oversees in Washington. But Senator Baldwin refuses to disclose her partner's financial assets. That's a conflict of interest. They're getting richer while you're paying more. Tammy Baldwin's not on your side. She's in bed with Wall Street.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message. Join the team and give today.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Now's the time to stock up with our fall bundle. Call and order yours today. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
All right, tonight definitely will be milder. We're looking at more in the 50s waking up with that south wind, so that'll be the big difference between the last nights that we had. Otherwise, clouds do increase, but later, so aurora viewing should be good. We're expecting strong to severe storming potentially overnight. Right now it is occurring. It's just in Europe and getting closer to the east coast of the U.S. as the sun starts to set more. Otherwise, it's going to be a tale of two this weekend. More average 67 Saturday. Rain chances potentially Saturday night, Sunday. The temperatures back in the 50s. In some areas up to the north may struggle to get to 50, so it'll feel more like the end of October.
Okay. A little bit of fall in there
Yeah,
before it bounces back up to mild.
Yeah.
We keep flip-flopping.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 6.